It's all live and direct, live from your Relax Radio FM. Welcome, Mr. Kaizer. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you. Thank you
How
for
was
for
things?
hosting me. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
everything is fine. Yeah, I've got my own challenges here and there. So, but yeah, life goes
Yeah,
on.
man. Life goes on. Yeah, I thought I'd have you over just to have a conversation and do things with you and share some info and get us involved in so many things and it's all happening and we're glad you made it here. So you being here makes us happy because it's people have been wanting to come on here and they say they're gonna come and hang out, but then on the last minute they don't make it, and then it becomes a little bit of a challenge. So, how's things with the House of Africa?
Mm, I would say yeah, things are a bit slow at the moment, but yeah, we're doing something in the background and
Mm-hmm.
putting stuff together business wise,
Yep.
so the company can also look after itself while it's also getting public funds and things like that. Yeah, so hoping that when everything is sorted, we'll start, just doing our activities, on a is it consistently? Yeah, that's the word, consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see you
Language.
chewing on them peanuts. Are they coming from Africa?
No, no. Actually, it's called Bruvos Chakalaka.
All right, but it's still coming from
I'm just
Africa.
hiding. I'm hiding. These are the other things that we want to do at House of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name itself, like providing products from Africa, be it food items or any other thing that the African community needs here.
Okay.
Long term,
So,
we're planning to provide such services. It could be
all right.
small scale, and then also go large scale in terms of like maybe having supermarkets that will provide those products for any African, or for yeah, like for all Africans. It's not just particularly one area. As the name explains itself, House of Africa is like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm.
So I want to ask: is House of Africa for the African in Africa or the African worldwide?
Yeah, Africans worldwide. It's like a
Okay.
global
Okay. So
organization
all
where,
right,
yeah,
but
it
then
will represent all Africans, and
okay. So it's
it also touches the subjects that doesn't really concern Africans per se. I would say, there are issues that when you want to address, you have to address other races in order to resolve issues that are happening, like maybe in the ethnic minority, sectors. For example, things like equal opportunities, maybe racism, and things like that. If you're trying to address a subject like that, you don't need to only focus on the people that have been affected in a
mm.
negative way.
So
You
sorry.
also
Can I
need
hold?
to look
Can I
okay.
hold you there? Can I hold you
Mm,
there? Because we need to go on a little short break and then we'll come back and
okay.
continue from where we left. Yep. We are back, and we are back, and you was in the middle of saying something that was interesting before we went on a break, and I think
Yeah,
you were talking along racism, and
yeah. I was trying to explain. I think what does a House of Africa represent? Because we're saying it doesn't only represent um, Africans in Africa or like global, and we say global, and we also say it doesn't just cover you know the black community only, but it also reaches out to be it white or Asians or other communities and stuff, because we dealing with cases or issues that address racism, equal opportunities, and things like that. So for you to get to to address the real thing, you have to go to the foundation of it. So we also communicate or do like programs with you know Asians or white people and stuff, trying to address the challenges that we face in communities, so everyone have an equal chance or opportunity. So it's not a one-sided thing. So if you want to hit it to the root, you need to also reach out to the other people, say, okay,
yeah,
this is what it is, this is how we're going to solve it, things like that. I hope that makes sense.
yeah. Because I mean, many times, what so happens is that look at China. They are doing what they're doing for themselves, and then what is surplus is sent over to other places to sort of help other places develop and so forth. And you hear of say maybe African countries now learning Mandarin. So it's ideal that we have things like House of Africa that's initially about Africans, and then thereafter put what's African out there to other people to understand what Africa is all about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and also be the voice of the people that cannot speak for themselves, because the one thing that we also, the main thing, which is the center of everything and any other organization, is like leadership. So that's another thing that we focus on in House of Africa, like trying to transform followers in our communities into leaders and leaders into agents of change, so they can express themselves and have a voice. So in other words, also we are trying to be the voice of the people in the communities, like giving them the platform also to express themselves and not leaving them there, also wanting them to be also leaders, because there's no success without a successor. So we're trying to give everyone a platform to do whatever they want uh,
yeah,
in, in this earth, or do their god-given gift,
mhm.
you know
I
without
suppose.
being like oppressed by various things or systems or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I would also want to think that you want to drive the idea that the story will always be about, will glorify the hunter as long as the lion cannot write anything. So I suppose House of Africa is a platform which allows people to come and share their thoughts, and uh, so that they are heard by more people around the world, so that eventually our story as Africans is understood with no distortion by an onlooker or somebody who's coming from the outside.
Yes, that is also part of that.
Hmm.
And also to for that awareness that Africa is a continent. it,
Hmm.
it's it's um it has contributed a lot over the years,
Hmm.
and that is the people that come from there, from that continent also. we've got we need that um what's the word, we need
A
to also to
voice.
be at the forefront, yeah, to
Yes, yes,
be
yes.
on the table, making decisions
Hmm.
that who
Who also cater for us.
that will cater for us, that will yeah, also make Africa maybe great again, because we were great. We've got more than
Mm-hmm.
enough resources and stuff, and we just need to understand who we are as Africans and what we need to go to do in order to transform our communities going forward and stuff and all that. We cannot be on the terraces. Uh, People cannot make decisions for us, and nobody is going to transform, our communities on our behalf. We have to be at the forefront. We cannot hire China. We cannot hire the Western world and stuff, because they don't know what we want exactly. They are not from there. They are there for different reasons, which is okay, because we have to trade with different continents and stuff, business wise, and whatever. But we need to be at the forefront so Africa can also benefit more from its resources. So that's why we are crying for good leadership, not just any leadership or leaders that are short-sighted, that not understand the value of Africa, or what we have in terms of resources in Africa. You see.
Mm. Yeah. So when you say that, I think along the lines you mentioned something about identity. What identifies an African, according to you?
What then identifies an African?
Yes. What are the things that say I'm an African? When I do this, I'm an African. When I look like this, I'm an African. What I want is African.
Hmm. I don't know. It's that one is it's. I think it's a broad question, because
Mm,
people will answer it in different ways and stuff and all that. They'll even go to down um, to the clothes what you're wearing. They'll even go down to um, what their parents or ancestors used to subscribe to and stuff like that. So, but for me,
mm.
yeah, personally, what I think, um, yeah, what does it mean to be an African?
What
Uh,
is the, or rather, let me put it this way: what is the Africa that you want? That you will say that uh, this is what I want as an African. That makes me me.
yeah, okay,
Mm,
yeah. I think that one is yeah. As an African,
mm,
and also as a human being,
mm,
I want a world that will allow, or an African or continent, or that will allow me to express myself. That
mm,
will allow me to do what I need to do as a human being, whatever it would be, it God given talent or whatever, you know,
mm,
have opportunities that are also given to each and every person out there. I want an Africa where a continent where there will be no corruption, to understand that the resources that we have as Africans are for the benefit of the community, not like just a few individuals, you know, that acquire those resources for their own benefits and stuff. Or you know, so yeah, it's good health, good education, um, no corruption, equal opportunities. Um, yeah, the system have to be functional, you
okay.
know,
So
and also the young people they have to be given also opportunity to express themselves, because they are the future of tomorrow and stuff. And also, for transfer of technology from other countries, but also knowing that as Africans we take the lead. I don't want an is it okay, a continent where it gets told by people that are not from that continent how to do things, or what to do, and with their resources and stuff. I don't know if that makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense. But then the thing is, I was in a situation where I was coming to terms with a statement that made me start to wonder in terms of you look at a country like Zimbabwe. The statement says that when people talk about change in Zimbabwe, they talk about bringing back white farmers, white businesses, white bosses, so that they can work and eat and party without all the responsibilities that come with being in control. So it appears as if the statement says that people are so caught up in the idea of fun to a point that they want to be able to get these benefits so that they're able to have fun without thinking that and still being able to sustain life. You see, when South Africa, it's all party, all party, all party. That party is glorified. And then you look at South Africa still, you see that the people at the top, the people in parliament are black people, but then the people behind the scenes are the Ruperts and all that. So what do you take out of that statement?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a I mean, there's nothing wrong with entertainment and just having fun and things like that. Um, but then too much of it, then it will make you not um, maximize your maximize your potential. Yes, that's the word.
Your
Maximize.
potential,
Yes. So you won't be
yeah.
because you're always just patting. Yes, that is that is another a problem with Africans. Our foundation, not
Mm,
to that thing of not wanting to take responsibility, of not wanting to stretch ourselves. There
mm,
is no country that has been successful
mm,
without the indigenous people like being at the forefront, stretching themselves, taking that responsibility, understanding that, they are the leaders of their communities and leaders of their country as a people. They need to take that responsibility and stuff. They mustn't be shifting it to someone like what you're saying, that the people that were the backbone of our communities or countries, like for example Zimbabwe, where like white farmers or white people
mm,
that had companies. So we
mm,
need to also occupy those positions, be able
yeah.
to maybe own land, because if you do not own land,
Mm.
water and resources, that means you're nothing. You're nothing.
uh,
So we need to own those things and run companies, own the land, do all
mm,
sorts, be at the for realize profits and stuff, and also be on the table making decisions that will
mm.
make an impact in our community. So, but if you are always in the taverns on a Friday that I get paid, and then go and waste
uh,
that money,
mm.
then
Yeah.
yeah.
Hold it right there. Let us go on a break. Mhm. Yep, we are back, and we are back. We are back, and you were still saying sorry. We have if, on the 15 minute we have to go on a break so as to um you know put on the adverts so that it
Mm.
makes sense.
Everybody
Anyway,
needs accommodation. Everybody needs accommodation. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah, everybody needs accommodation so that you can stay there with your loved ones and build your own family and a lot of things happen and what do you think of marriage?
Hey, what do I think of marriage?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Christian, so
Mm-hmm.
the statement that comes into my mind, they say, "He that finds a good wife finds a good thing." So, so marriage, yeah, it's a blessing, and
Uh-huh.
it's something that has been loved, from the word go by God.
Mm-hmm.
He demonstrated it through our parents, Adam and Eve, in that garden and stuff, that they needed one another. So marriage is
Yeah.
like a union where
Yeah.
two people come together.
Let me
You
hold
know,
you there. Let me hold you there. Do
mm,
you think Adam and Eve were the first people on earth, or the story of Adam and Eve was the best narrative?
eh, yeah, that one, it might be another tricky debate. Yeah, it's the best narrative. It's the best narrative. Well, according to what I know, I believe they were the first people on earth.
Okay.
That's what I believe. But yeah, let's say, yeah, it's the best narrative. But yeah, yeah, as a Christian, I believe they were the first. They're our first, yeah, grandparents, or great grandparents. Yeah.
Hmm. So,
Um,
and then you continue with marriage.
yeah, marriage. Yeah, I think I said it's like a union. So
Hmm.
where two people come together, they from different backgrounds and stuff, and uh, um,
Can you,
so then,
in that case, can you have a third person in that union?
can you have a third person? The only third person that I can put in a marriage, according to what I understand,
Mm.
is God. God has to be the center of it.
Okay.
You
Okay. But
know,
God is a supreme being.
yeah,
We are
he's a
not yet in
supreme
heaven.
being.
Hmm.
He's supreme being. The reason why I was saying he has to be at the center of it, because
Yes.
everything, when it comes to wisdom, how you live,
Mm.
anything that you need on this earth, it's
Mm.
there. It's in the
Yes.
Bible. All the
It's in
answers
the
are
Bible.
in there. So when it comes to marriage, you open it, the answers of marriage are there. When it comes to
Mm.
even business, the answers of
Mm.
even business are even there. Relationships is even there. So that's why I'm saying the third person has to be God, because He's given you wisdom on how to treat your wife, or the other person how to treat her husband, because
But
it
then,
tells you to.
mm. But
Uh-huh.
then the Bible was written long time ago, and having been written long time ago, certain things have emerged now, and some of the things from long time ago, some of them still
Mm.
apply, but some of them don't. So continue to do we continue to lean towards the Bible for such for everything rather?
Mm. Yeah, I would say for everything, because I think people have got a different conception when it comes to the Bible. The Word of God is alive. You know, He's an ancient God, yes, but He's alive. Yesterday He was alive, yesterday, today, and even tomorrow. So that word that is in the Bible, it is current, it is fresh, even though it was written a while ago. And when you look at the Bible, the things that the Bible spoke about a while ago, they're happening right now. So how will I say that it's ancient when it talks about things that are to come? You see, it's a matter of
Mm.
understanding. The Bible and stuff. It's not outdated.
But
It is fresh. It is current. It's got everything that you want. If you want history,
Mm.
because there are wise people who are not even using the Bible. They say if you want to learn, go back to history, and
Mm-hmm.
then you know how to resolve issues.
You know how to
It's,
resolve
so
issues.
history will always give you answers, you know. But the Bible has
What?
got history, and it's got things that are to come. So, so I don't know who came up with this thing of saying the Bible is old, it's outdated.
No, I
I
mean
don't.
it's. I mean people have evolved. Rather, people have evolved, and
Mhm.
when you look
And
at
the
it,
Bible says people are going to evolve.
yes, I mean people have evolved, and having evolved, the Bible. If you look at it, if you look at it nicely, it talks about life in the Middle East, and then it sort of does not include the African, Southern African ways of life that we have grown up to understanding, because we have sort of took religion, Christianity from the missionaries who came but found us with our own religion. So that is sort of, we sort of saw the parallels in the two lifestyles, and then we having taken that, we sort of made a choice. So I suppose your choice is Christianity opposed to the religion that you um, know for African.
Yeah, I mean, it goes with understanding. That's why they say knowledge is power. You always learn every day and stuff, and just to understand, things and stuff and all that. And you mentioned that Christianity came with missionaries and stuff to Africa. I think when you say missionaries, you're talking of Europeans and stuff. But my history doesn't tell me that. My
What
history
does your
tells
history
me,
say?
yeah, my history tells me that Christianity went to Africa before it came to Europe. The
Oh
only
yeah, yeah, yeah,
difference,
yeah, yeah, that's true.
the only difference, yes, you remember the Enoch, the
Yes, yes,
Ethiopian that used to go
mm,
uh, to 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 Israel
yes,
to
yes.
go and worship.
Mm,
And then when he received Christ, he was going back to Ethiopia. So he
mm-hmm,
told people about Christ, right? And then the only difference is that when the Pentecostal people in the book of Acts, like the disciples, 12 disciples, people like Paul, Peter, and all these other guys, when they were now spreading the gospel, they started with Europe. So the gospel spread faster in Europe than Africa. But it doesn't mean that Christianity went to Europe before Africa. You understand where I'm coming from?
yes, yes, I get that.
And when you understand the things of God is before we came to Christ, even in the book of Acts, you'll see it. Before we came to Christ, we're worshiping other gods, like gods of our ancestors and stuff and all that. But we know that the original thing was God, beginning from Adam and Eve. It got nothing to do with the race or whatsoever. That's where the original creator of the earth,
Mm,
you know, exhibited his power when he was creating things on earth and stuff and all that. But then obviously the enemy came in
mm-hmm,
and polluted the idea of humanity as per the plan of the creator, which is God, right?
mm-hmm.
So that's when other religions came in. When we forgot about God, us as Gentiles, we started worshiping ancestors and stuff and all that. But then God had to restore us second time when Jesus Christ came and stuff and all that. That's when we came back to the original person that created, the earth, the heavens and earth. So yeah, I'm trying to summarize it because we do not have time. So what we used to worship, like all these ancestors and
Mm,
all these other things, it's just but Zimu, that's what
mm,
we
mm,
call
mm,
in Zimbabwe or
mm.
any other African country, or even in Mexico.
Yes.
They do all these guala guala stuff.
Yes.
Even witchcraft in Mexico is very dangerous. So
Mm.
yes, it's just other gods.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And as human beings, we are one.
Mm,
So we have to find that original thing, and it's got nothing to do with these white people that were coming with the cross and the this posture or whatever. This person
mm,
that looks like a white man on the cross. That's
mm.
not Jesus Christ. Jesus
Uh,
Christ comes from a Jewish family, as per
okay.
the Bible and stuff.
Mm,
So
mm,
that's what I know. That's what I believe in when I search my history. Yes, I
mm,
used to worship other gods, my ancestors and stuff. It's there in the
mm,
Bible. The
mm,
Egyptian gods that are in Egypt,
mm.
they pretty much, give you a highlight of what we used to worship as Africans.
Okay. All right. Let's go for a quick break. Yep, yep. It's the last quarter of the show, and um, it's been lovely, especially the last part of the segment, the last one before we went on the break. It seems like you are a really strong Christian man who believes in his God and believes everything is right by God. And I'm sure you never have you missed a service this year.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, things happen. You'll be busy doing other things, so it doesn't mean that you have to go to church or
Church all the time.
all the time. No, so things come up, and
You're
if
caught up and
yeah, you're caught up, you're
you're
doing
having to
maybe
do
things that are meaningful. So that's okay. It's all out.
Okay, okay. So
Because
what
we
do
have
you
to
take
worship
on?
God every day. Mm.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
of late that I was thinking to myself that the idea that people say teething, the 10% that you take to your church and stuff, and I was thinking to myself that I mean, if I pay taxes, sorry, if I pay taxes, then I suppose that I actually do my 10%, because I think it comes from the idea of paying tax back in the day to the to the people who were in power at the time, so that it sort of helps the community in terms of other things.
Mm. I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't think even the Bible says that.
What do
Ten
you mean?
percent was yeah something that when God blesses you back in the days,
Mm,
God was saying, okay, give thanks, just 10% of that, whatever God blessed you with, you just give 10%. And when you look at the gospel, there were collectors and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So it had nothing to do with
Also,
the 10%. So they were just, tax
it
collectors
wasn't
in the.
so it was an all right. So it was an
But
extra 10%.
yeah, this had something to do with God. So, even Jesus said, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, whatever. If the people in the community are asking for tax, yeah, those are the people of the land. You have to pay tax. But
All
don't
right, so
don't
that's
don't
separate from the
don't
10%.
but yeah. Another thing, this 10% thing,
Mm,
it's kind of controversial. It's either here or there. So personally, if you want to do 10% as in church, go ahead and do 10%. But then when you look at the New Testament,
mm,
it's more like people were just giving to church. It wasn't
mm.
necessarily 10%. Whatever you have, whatever your heart tells you to give to church, just give it. It could be a
Oh,
penny, it could be whatever. It doesn't have to be 10%. That's
okay.
what I believe. But if you believe in that 10%, go ahead again and do 10%. But
I also believe in I also believe in the if you read, I'm sure you've read the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, that I'm sure everybody's read it. So I also
mm,
believe that if you, because he says that you take 10% of your earnings and invest them somewhere. So I also believe
mm,
that when you invest your that 10%, it creates employment. It creates which actually gives God glory. What do you think about that?
are you trying to avoid to give church some money?
No, but I mean, it creates employment when you invest that 10% in
Yeah, yeah.
something that Mm,
Anything that you invest, anything
yeah,
that you invest
mm,
wisely, it will
yes,
give it will give you profits and stuff.
yes.
That's all I can say. Mm.
Yes. So, and then
But
with those profits, you sort of give uh, God's people life through giving them, maybe say create employment, and you also buy some places where it will help feed the other children and so on. Because when we sort of linger around the idea of dependency syndrome, it kills us as a people. Because many times, you find people in the congregation giving that 10% on the basis that uh, something miraculous will happen to them. You see?
yeah, people have a different perception. It's like if you are not grounded when it comes to understanding the word of God,
Mm,
then that's when you start becoming gullible and whatever, thinking that manna will come from heaven or whatsoever.
mm,
But God tells us that we need to use our own hands to work the land, pray, but also act on things.
yes.
Don't just sit there. You go to church and then pray and say, "Oh yeah, you know what?
Mm,
Miracle money will come and I will see something in my wallet." That's nonsense.
mm.
That's
It
yeah.
promotes laziness.
promote laziness. So
mm,
God doesn't not like people that are lazy. You
mm,
act, then
yeah,
God will, open, create opportunities and stuff. Create, even gives you ideas of how to, navigate and make money, connect with the right people, and then sell whatever you have, or you be it a vision or whatsoever what you want to do. That's how you earn a living or earn money, or also change the lives of people around you, opening
mm,
doors, for
mm,
other people. So that's what God
yeah.
says. It doesn't say all this thing of that you go and do offering or whatever. You put your thousand in a church basket, and then tomorrow you get miracle money 10,000. It doesn't happen like that. Yes,
Mm,
there are
mm,
miracles. There are miracles like when you're moving around, business opportunities and stuff. You can strike a deal with someone who invest or
mm,
like your idea. That
mm,
we can also class it as like, oh, God has opened a door for you, you know,
mm,
like a miracle. Those are the kind of miracles that I believe in, not this laziness that
mm,
you think there will be manna from heaven.
mm,
No, no.
mm.
That's misinformation.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, there are other
Before
things.
before we go, what do you think of the new cabinet top guys, which are ethnic minority? The new cabinet top guys, which are ethnic
Yeah,
minority. It's,
yeah. I only see little glimpses yesterday.
mm.
Um, I
But
just
generally,
forgot.
what do you think?
I think there was one guy who's going. Yeah, who is in the cabinet. This black guy. I didn't see like the whole lineup and stuff and all that.
Yes,
Uh,
there's an Indian lady. There's a
yeah,
two
there's a
black
black
guys,
guy.
and
I don't know whether his
mm,
background is from west of
yeah,
Africa or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
West Africa, and the other one is I think Seychelles, and yeah,
Mm, mm,
yeah. What is your take on that?
mm. Yeah, it's a tricky one because I mean, Britain is a country. It's a first world country that has always tried to be political correct and try to, um, provide opportunities to every race. They're trying. They're trying the best. When you compare it to other European countries, I think they're trying. But yes, there are loopholes here and there that, you know, ethnic minorities are not represented.
Mhm.
That's
So
yeah. That's
that's where
another.
House of Africa comes in. Mhm.
That's another issue and stuff. But I think they're trying, and
Mm,
yeah, there's this notion that the conservatives they represent, people that are well up, that have got money, um, white people and stuff, and it doesn't really cover the ethnic minorities and stuff. Yeah, there's an element of that, but I
mm,
believe that they're trying their best to reach out to everyone, especially when it comes to UK, and the laws of the land are forcing them to do that. Maybe yes, they can do more.
mhm,
There's room for improvement. They can do more to represent everybody. But yeah, for me personally, I used to support the Labour Party because I believed that they used to reach out to ethnic minorities a lot and stuff, but their own weaknesses and stuff. For example, I think when it came to Tony
mhm,
Blair made a mistake by going to that Iraqi war, and
mhm,
also the mistake of not controlling immigration, and because people were just coming into the country, and those numbers were now uncontrollable. Someone had to control them, you know.
mhm,
So a new, government had to come in. So the only alternative government was the conservatives to clean up the mess and stuff. And
mm,
where also the Labour Party maybe made a mistake as well was choosing their leader. You have to choose a leader that will carry the people, or carry the party, or challenge the opposition. So
mhm,
instead of giving that opportunity to David Miliband, they
mm,
chose their own person who was Ed Miliband. Ed Miliband didn't have leadership. That's why they lost.
eh,
And then fast forward, you give it to Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn is a good person. He was good enough
mm,
to be an MP
mm,
because he's really uh, that kind of a person who connects with the people in the community and stuff.
mm,
He wants the best for the people. But as a
mm.
leader, he was living, I think he was living in a dreamland, more like, one earth, and he's thinking about heaven, trying
Mm,
to England, like when it comes to, nuclear weapons and stuff. I'm like, this is earth. The enemy has got those weapons and stuff. And if you disarm England, that means it will be vulnerable to attacks.
yes, yes.
Yes, we wish a nuclear-free country, a nuclear-free world, where we know
Mm,
we're not threatened by this whatever. But it's already there, so you cannot disarm England like that.
mm,
So that's where Corbyn went wrong. And
mm.
and yeah, I believe yet the opposition party will do put now they've got I think they've got a good leader now. They can put pressure on the conservatives to also represent ethnic
Yes.
minorities in a much better way. So that's all I
Mm.
have to say about that.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And next time, if you any other time, if you've got anything that you want to sort of air out, or
Mm.
you've got something to say, then we are always here to welcome you to come and hang out with us. And I hope everything nice for you going forward, and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. But you missed something, but I know there's no time anyway.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
When you
What?
when it came to relationships, you touched a few things and then you sort
You,
of like diverted, or whether it's because I said the Bible, you didn't want to talk about sex. You know?
hey, talk to me.
You didn't
What?
want
What?
to
What
talk
do?
about Yeah, you didn't want to talk about is it good to speak?
Talk to what? What did I miss?
Yeah.
What did?
There's one
What?
there's one thing you highlighted, but you didn't cover it. That when it comes to
Mm,
satisfying a woman,
yeah, yeah,
do
yeah, yeah,
women get to the extent of reaching orgasm because
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
of the money of how wealthy is the person, or you
Yeah, you could answer that because I know you've got money like that, so you know.
no, no. I don't think orgasm is exactly about money. Yeah, there are
Mhm.
people that have got money, but they cannot satisfy their women when it comes
Mm,
to sex and
mm,
stuff and all that. So it comes with experience.
mhm,
Yes, money can make a woman happy, more than
mm,
excited and whatever, you know,
mm.
less stressed, because you don't want to be having sex with someone who's got stress, a wife that is stressed. He has to
Yeah.
be free, like enjoying,
Yes.
so that when you
Mm,
do that deeds now, it will be easy to press those
mm.
buttons, take care to la la land, without thinking of
Yeah.
whatever. But then when it comes to reaching orgasm, it
Mm.
comes with experience. How
With
do you handle
experience. Yeah.
it? Because as men, sometimes they say, what, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, people. We're not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
And when you're supposed to take our time.
Mm.
I'm talking to people that are married, not the ones that are not married.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. The conversation is for married people.
Yes, 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 yes. So there's something called foreplay. Before you
Yes.
you put your thing there,
Mm,
you need to
mm.
talk with your woman. You know,
Yes.
really
Mm,
excited, make you get excited, and
mm,
then
mm.
touch those areas, those hot spots areas.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know,
Mm.
and also learn about your wife, what excites her. You know,
Yes.
and when
Because
you go down,
mm,
mm, when you go
because
down south,
yes.
there,
Yes.
there's something called in English they call it clitoris. If you
Yes.
can find it, you play with it, you know,
Mm.
make her excited, and then
Yes.
when she's wet, it means she's ready. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't do it like an African that that cuckoo is not dry and you want to put the thing in there. You make a full pay. You need to play with the things,
Mm. And
Any
also,
hey,
a foreplay doesn't actually start in the bedroom. It actually
yeah, it
starts
doesn't.
from the morning text to the good morning, babe. I'm coming home, and all this, and it's a build up process. Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
even when you're at work, even when you're at
mm.
work.
Even yes, bring her some roses and make her feel like a woman. But it's babe, is everything all
Hmm.
right? I'm coming home. I've just got
Yes,
home.
hmm,
Even when
all
you're
those things.
driving in the car together, some nice music. It doesn't
Hmm.
start from the bedroom. Mhm.
Yeah, you see, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It starts from there, and
Yeah.
then you get to the bedroom. You also
Yes.
use your fingers, eh?
All
And
right,
then
man. Thank you for coming out.
then after that, you do the deeds. You go in.
You do the
Make
deeds.
sure make sure you stay for maybe at least 15 minutes in the bath, 15 to 30 minutes, not
That's the
5 minutes.
normal.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's the normal range.
And then you make it the happiest woman in the world. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you for coming out.
All
Mhm.
right, bye.
Mhm.